Yeah. That's enough. You know what it is. It's Mr. Pringles the Barber, aka Always Cutting Head Honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them. So check this out, man. Check this out. Man, we just gonna go ahead. We got this. Hey, this was spare of the moment, out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a planned situation. This definitely wasn't a planned situation. Let me make sure I got all my shit lined up. Let me make sure I got everything lined up. I don't know if anybody tuned in right now. They're probably not, but it ain't gonna make no difference. We better go ahead and make this shake. So, you know, right now is a big debate about Master P and Lil Romeo and their situation, the father and son situation. You know, Romeo is grieving. You know, he ain't feeling his pops right now. And I mean, they lost he lost a sister. Master P lost a daughter. And everybody has their perspective on what side they're actually taking. And right now I'm about to go ahead and display how I feel about the situation, along with the dopest dreader. You dig what I'm saying? So, I go on Instagram. I shoot my comment on how I feel about the situation. And just like the great, how would you say, co-host she is and host she is, I know she's starting her podcast. She commented. Now that's real shit. I respect that. I respect that. So we about to come together and go ahead build on this. She gonna give her perspective. I'm gonna give mine. Let me make sure I got everything lined up correctly. I'm gonna make sure all this lined up correctly. Let me make sure, cause I'm on hold, y'all. All right, yeah, she talking hell, she talking big shit too. So we're gonna go ahead. Damn, what was I even going in here to do? See, she talking. Let me go ahead and get her in here real quick. We're gonna have to switch this around. Let's switch this around for y'all. That's why we're gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and take that up off of there. Switch this around for y'all. I don't need this camera. We'll deal with that some other time. Right now, I need this going. We'll deal with that some other time. Don't even worry about it. I'll structure that. All right. Man, y'all hold up, cause this gonna be real good. This gonna be lit right here. Let's see. Yeah. We good. About to give her a ring right now, man. You about to call up the dopest dreader, man. Make sure y'all give her a follow. Let's see what's popping, man. She talking big shit. Let's give her a ring. There she go, y'all. Make sure y'all can hear this shit.
Hello.
There she go. Y'all hear? Yeah. She talking big. She talking big shit right now, man. Yeah.
I'm weak.
And she on her pillow talking shit. You feel what I'm saying?
I am. No, I'm old.
Oh, I know you ain't talking about you old. Talking about old man.
I know you was moving too slow. I almost went to sleep.
Nah, I'm a night owl for real.
I'm weak.
So what is your perspective on this Master P and Romeo situation?
I feel like sometimes as parents, parents don't know how to take accountability for like the wrongdoings. You know what I mean? I feel like Romeo ain't never. I followed him for years, but I stopped following all the little famous people or whatever. But I've never seen him speak badly about his dad or anything like that. So for him to cry out on social media, I feel like it's deeper than what Master P is making it. Like Master P said, he ain't even talked to his son in a couple months. So obviously it's deeper than what he's trying to portray it to be on social media. Romeo already said that reading his side, him reaching out, it's like his dad put the blame on everything else and not really address the situation at hand. So obviously, I feel like it's deeper than, you know what I mean. I seen your little comment, so I had to comment. But
Okay.
I just feel like
Then
as a
we
parent, sometimes we don't know how to. Not saying that they got to be perfect or whatnot, but just the simple fact that if you wrong, you wrong.
okay. All right. So at first, I'm gonna just keep it 100. At first, I was really understanding where Romeo was coming from because I never got the time to really like hear what P had to say.
Right.
So when I really like listened to what he said, and I just took the time to like to dissect it, he actually gave an apology.
No, I don't want that. He
Now
don't
hold
deserve
up,
that type of
hold,
apology.
hold up. He gave an apology, and he also said, "I called Romeo. Romeo don't answer the phone. Romeo don't call back." He said
I
those
feel like
things.
he was saying he called Romeo today.
You feel that's what you feel like he's saying he called Romeo
Yeah.
today.
Because if you read it first, Romeo said, I done called, I done said at meetings. He done did all that.
Mm-hmm.
And Master P deflected the situation.
Okay.
He said that. You got to read that. So I feel like Master P probably was calling him today now that Romeo actually spoke out in the public. You know what I
So
mean?
so do you feel that this is more of them just grieving over the sister and the daughter, basically?
That probably could have,
Yeah.
it probably could have stemmed from that.
I mean,
But
I've
it's probably something Romeo been feeling for a long time.
well, if it was something Romeo was feeling for a long time, he would have came out a long time ago.
No, that's not true. Because sometimes we don't know how to approach our parents. Sometimes our parents are not approachable to where they can sit back and say and listen to a kid and say, "I'm sorry." Sometimes kids we can't have those conversations with parents.
Mm-hmm.
Some parents you can, but sometimes we can't have those conversations with parents because parents think they're not doing no wrong. There is no wrong going on their end. Oh, they did the best that they could, but they still to owe a kid an apology, a conversation. But if you go and automatically put the blame or deflect the whole situation and make it into something that it's not, then there's no point to have that conversation. So maybe all them years, Romeo felt like he couldn't approach his dad about the situation.
I don't
Or
believe
maybe he
that.
tried.
I don't believe
Or maybe
that.
he tried
I don't believe
and it
that.
didn't get nowhere.
I
I
don't
don't
believe that.
know.
You know why I don't believe that? Because he was in a movie just a couple years ago with his dad, so they had to bump shoulders. And I just feel like the loss of his sister is what broke the camel's back. I feel like the loss of the sister is what ignited that whole situation. Because if you got a problem with your parent or you got a problem with anybody over a period of time, you're going to address it. Now, if you don't address it, it's going to take something that takes place for you to address it. I
Right,
think
and that's
he's,
what I'm saying. That's
yeah,
where it had to stem from the sister dying.
yeah. It stemmed
But
from
she
the sister
committed
dying.
suicide, right?
She committed suicide. Yeah.
Right. So
So,
me having a brother that committed suicide, I feel like I can relate.
mhm. Okay.
So it's different. So it's certain things that happen that you take a step back and you look at everything. You know what I mean? That could have been his
Yeah.
breaking point.
See, and due to the fact that you have experience in that situation, I can understand where you're coming from.
Mhm.
Now, I still also can understand where P coming from too, because I look at it like this. Like he was saying, Romeo wouldn't be Lil Romeo if it wasn't for P. Now, I ain't saying about him bringing him into the world. I'm just saying him basically feeding that into his kids. Like Romeo is the biggest star out of all the kids. So it's not like he neglected Romeo, period. It's just to the point where Romeo's 30 years old. And I feel like at a point in our life, everybody, when you get caught in a situation or you feel some type of way or whatever, instead of taking accountability on your end, people always look for an outlet to point the finger at somebody else. That's the easiest way. So with the easiest way, I'm gonna go straight to my dad. Well,
But your dad was his leader. So if he felt like he did all this fame and did all this good stuff as a kid and ain't seen the money from it, now that you older and you realize stuff, where my bread at?
man, that shit sound crazy as hell. All this time you ain't getting
Oh,
no bread. I just don't.
I, he a kid.
He
You
a
know what I
grown
mean? But
no, he a grown man.
no, he a grown man now.
Hmm. Hmm.
But when he was doing all that stuff as a kid, he said he didn't see no money from that.
We don't know that. We
But
only
he
know.
said it.
Listen, this is what.
Oh, okay.
Listen, that's why when I commented on it, I was about to say basically like I don't want to go too far in it because I don't know the actual particulars of this.
Details,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because they both going. It's some missing pieces still to that puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we only gonna get both of their
We on the
side.
outside looking
Yeah, we're
in.
on the outside looking in, and it just doesn't make sense. I know that it started from the sister. It had to start from the sister. He lost the sister, so I know he is killing him. He lost the daughter. That ain't gonna stop P from moving. Like he's been moving ever since Romeo before he was born. He's been doing what he was doing. He hasn't stopped doing what he was doing. So, I mean, when I look at it, find a way to talk to your father or find a way to talk to your son. Social media
Right.
done fucked up everything because now when people like comment below or people bloggers do whatever they do, they giving these people ideas. Like,
Right.
okay, now it's like, oh, well, you know what? I ain't
But
even
you
think
know,
about that.
it stems from him posting about the dude Twitch that died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it.
He
I
posted his
don't know.
daughter
Maybe
too.
Romeo feel like, yeah, but you. I don't know. Like I don't get into all that posting people I don't know, making
Yeah.
these wrong posts about people I don't know. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's what really bugs Romeo because maybe he feel like he should have been there for his daughter. Maybe his sister would still be here. It's something deeper in that situation with her.
It is something deeper. I don't know if he was actually there for his daughter. I just don't see P not trying and just dealing with people that have like addictions. It's still only so much you can do.
It is.
You can give people, you can put people, you can't even force nobody to go to a program.
Right.
You can only do what you can do, and anything that's done outside of being in your company is still left on the individual.
But I feel like it's obviously something deeper. Like maybe he was deflecting the situation with his own child. Maybe he was just brushing off her issues like it was nothing. Because if you read Romeo's post, it say like he set up the family meeting after Tai Tai's death or whatever the girl's name is.
Mm-hmm.
He set up the meeting after that. He's reached out. He's called. He's texted. He did all of that, but he always deflected the situation. I don't know what the situation is, but whatever Romeo want to talk about, it's obviously not been addressed. You get what I'm trying to say? So maybe
No, you got a
it got to
point.
be something deeper than what it ain't. I don't feel like it's just about the money.
No, it
I
ain't
don't
about no
feel like
money.
that way. So I feel like it's deeper into the situation because it really bugged him or bothered him that his dad made a whole post about a man that he didn't even know.
Now look at
You know what I
this.
mean?
Now look at this. I'm hearing what you're saying. I can understand it. You know, I can empathize with it. Now this is though. Check this out though. Is it more about the sister or is it about the money? If it's about the sister, we don't need to be talking about no money. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why I know he grieving because he just jumped out and started throwing everything out the window.
Yeah, but it's probably everything that's built up over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's at that point where he's fed up with everything. Maybe the sister was his last straw. So
Come
maybe
on.
he been speaking on it. Maybe he said they live in check to check. His brothers is poor. His brothers is broke. You know what I mean? So maybe it's deeper than just that. That probably was just the last straw, and now he just fed up.
So how long do you actually? Your kids are your kids.
Right.
Your objective is to instill the right things into them so they can be self-sufficient.
Right.
The more that you become a crutch for your kids, the weaker your kids will become.
Mhm.
So at what point in time do your kids take accountability for their lack thereof as an adult?
I feel like that gotta start. That gotta start as a kid though. Like
What?
where you gotta take accountability for your mess ups. Where you wrong at?
As the kid, are you saying the fathers or the
No, I'm saying
parents?
I'm saying the parents need to teach the kids that okay, you messed up. Now you got to take accountability for what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't just expect him if he's never been taught that. Then you can't just expect him to turn around and be like, oh, okay. But I think it's something deeper. I don't think it's just about the money. Like I said, I think it's something
It's
deeper.
about that sister.
Yeah.
That
So
sister.
whatever issues it is there, because it was never really nothing said about her or her death or You know what I mean? Like they kept that very private.
Like you never even knew her. Like me
Right.
personally, I never even knew nothing about her. Period.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when it hit the blog that, oh, the sister died or whatever, it's just like, dang, who is this? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying I think it's deeper than what Romeo just set up. In the first year of losing, the first year and a half, I feel like that's the hardest
Yeah,
time of,
to get
to
past.
deal with a
Hmm.
loss. You know what I mean? Especially in that sense of way. Like that was the hardest, at least for me, that was the hardest part, was trying to continue on.
Yeah, because every time you go to sleep, you wake up, you still got the same situation that doesn't go away. So it
Right.
starts
Yep.
over every day.
Yep. Yep.
And now on both parts, I just feel like both of them are actually hurting. One of them just showing it in a different manner. Like it doesn't mean P ain't hurting. It just means that okay, he still got to provide somewhere, so he got to keep
Right. But
going.
how do you comfort your kids? Those are still your kids. So if your child is still grieving, how do you comfort your kid? You can't just keep going like nothing ever happened. That's what's wrong with people.
We don't know that.
We don't know what.
We
We
don't
don't know
know.
nothing.
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know when that took place. When she did what she did, she passed. We don't know. I can't
But if
see
your
Pete
son is crying out for help, I feel like Master P be having a lot
on his
on his
plate.
table.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
So for him to not to, I feel like he keep himself busy so he don't have to deal with
I agree.
the grieving, the
I
hurt,
agree. I agree.
that part. So
Hmm.
I'm saying you need to take a second and really be there for your kids as well. You still a father. Your son is obviously crying out. You can't just continue. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with giving back to the community, but dog, if your kid is crying out for help, be there for your kid. That should be your first priority. Everything else still gonna be there. Now, if you lose another kid, then what? Because you didn't take a moment to address my son grieving.
So say you take the time to try to address your son grieving, and it leads to the same situation as the daughter. Like we don't know how much he actually instilled into the daughter's situation or her whatever problem she was dealing with, and she still went. Like he can't be there every day.
Yeah, but no, you can still be there for your kid. You don't have to be there physically every single day for your
Hmm.
like physically with your kid. But I think it's very important that when a child loses a sibling, like you have to be able, like we need that comfort. We need that person, you know what I mean, to be there to comfort us in this situation. It's new for him, but like I said, Master P is just he keep going. So he not even, it probably hasn't even hit him for real.
I
Cause he
don't
just on the
believe
move.
that.
He just stay, I don't know, he just
I
stay
don't,
too busy.
I don't think it. I don't think it didn't hit him. I just feel
I,
like I feel more like he tried to help. I just know that dealing with an addiction, due to the fact that I did take the time out to go get my um I got a certificate to be a drug counselor, so I took those courses and do all that. And when you're dealing with somebody with addiction, those people need somebody there every single day, every second. Soon as you leave that space, they back to the regular. You can talk to
right.
them
So is
today.
your child not worth that? Is your child not worth putting up that
Hmm.
fight?
You talking about Romeo
What
or the
you,
daughter?
the daughter? I'm saying you saying the addiction.
Okay, so he's there today. He leaves and goes to tend to one of the other kids for a few
Why
hours
she
at a
can't go
day.
with you? Why she can't go with you?
Because when you're dealing with somebody with addiction, a lot of the times I'm not trying to go with you.
Why can't somebody else be there then? Why you can't set it up for somebody else to be there with her then?
They got
Like I
en-
feel like there's ways around everything.
they got enough money for somebody to actually be there with her all the time.
That's what I'm saying. There's ways around. It's just a matter of, are we willing to do it?
Hmm.
Or maybe he really didn't think it was. I never thought my brother would really do it. No matter how many times he told me he wanted to do it, I never really thought he would do it. You know what I mean? So maybe
So
he
was
just
he
felt like
was he dealing with somewhat of the same situation
he wasn't addicted to like drugs, but he had mental issues.
because of something
You know
that
what I
took
mean? He lost
place?
his son.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
You know what I mean? He was incarcerated. A lot of stuff happened while he was in jail. He
Hmm.
just, I just feel like he never, you know what I mean, bounced back from the trauma. And, you know, holidays is harder for him. So, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? You never really just think that, like, bro, shut up. You're not about to do that. Shut up. Like, you know
Now
what I
see
mean?
that. Now
We
see how
low
you
key just
said
brush it
that.
off.
Now see
Right.
that. Now see that you saying that, for you to hear that and that taking place, you don't think that's a reality that can take place because that's not every day. That's something that you, like you
Right.
said, that's like, man, I ain't whatever. You just talking. Okay. So if that didn't happen, there would never be a discussion about it because it would have been like you looked at it like, oh yeah, I knew you weren't gonna be on that. But when something bad happens and it actually takes place, who becomes the person at fault? Is it the fault of the person that says, oh, they brushed it off? Or is it the fault of the person that said, you know what, I was serious?
It's not even I don't even think that's like, for a long time, like, I blame myself.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, I feel like we know, like, what people are capable of, but we put it in our head, like, to try to like put it on the back end, like, oh, that ain't about to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's something like in our mind, like we know that this is really a possibility. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But at the same time, we just like hoping that it don't happen. Now, for the longest time, like I blame myself because sitting at his son's grave, like he told me multiple times, once his wife and his kids is strong enough, he's out of here. And when he left that note, that's exactly what he said in that note.
So
Now you would think that you would hope that it would happen, but you know what I mean. He went to the gravesite every day to see his son. That bothered him like something crazy. That you know what I mean. He visited his son at a gravesite, but in the same sense, it's just like, nah, he can't do that. Like he ain't gonna put us through that. He ain't gonna do that. But we just brush it off.
mm-hmm.
So you're right. That was our fault. But he also went to facilities to get help. You know what I mean, counseling. But his mind was already made up.
So that's what I'm saying. As the individual, once your mind is made, what do you feel that you could have did different to change a mind that is made?
Nothing. Nothing I would have, but you have to come to terms with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that took me a minute to really understand that. I literally blame myself for the longest, but that took time for me to understand. Nothing I would have said or nothing I would have done. His mind was made up. That was he knew what he wanted to do in that time. You know what I mean? Like he was calm when he did it. He was cool. Like his mind was set on that. Nothing I could have done could have changed his mind at all. So maybe when I look at the situation, I feel like maybe Romeo is in my situation. Like I can understand like him feeling like maybe he could have did something differently, or maybe he felt like his dad could have did something differently to save his sister. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like
Now,
so that's where I'm at with it.
so what if his dad is feeling the same way you feel? In a sense, too, like you said, like if his daughter has already made up her mind, how much do you know of what he felt like he done did as much as he can do? Like once the mind is
Right, and he
made,
may have,
yeah, once the mind is made, everybody's gonna
but I
feel
feel
like
like
they
as
could
a
have did
parent, you
more.
still got to be there for your kid.
So you saying
You
more
can't
of
just
him being there for Romeo now?
yeah. If it's really bothering Romeo and Romeo really grieving, you still a father. You still this might be the toughest loss that he's experienced. Something
Mm-hmm.
so close to him. So he may not know how to handle the situation with his sister. So
Okay.
he may be angry,
Mm-hmm.
he probably feel alone, probably blaming himself. You still got to be a father to your child.
Now, to think of P even taking the time to stand there and even do that, Now, did he do that? Did he make a phone call and they weren't able to talk and he decided to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go right to social media because this is the only way he gonna get it. You
Right.
know,
That's how I feel like what Romeo did. I feel like reading Romeo's post, he reached out to his dad. He
mm-hmm.
texted his dad. He had those conversations, but was saying that the Master P deflects the conversation. Like he doesn't. Whatever they want to talk about has not been addressed, and it's maybe they don't even know how to address it. But he felt like coming to social media was the only way that he was really going to get Master P to really understand and respond.
Both did.
Yeah.
They both just did the same thing. So I really feel like P reached out to his son somewhere in
Nah.
there. He ain't it,
Maybe today.
man, no, maybe today. Stop.
Maybe not saying that he didn't answer the phone because obviously they had conversations, but
Yeah.
obviously Master P is not understanding where Romeo is coming. Obviously there's some miscommunication.
Is not effective communication. That's what's not taking
Right.
place. Is effective communication, and I feel like that's on both parts. They both old
Right.
enough to be able to. Romeo, 30 years old, man. This ain't a teenager. This is a full grown man.
Right. But how you know he know how to deal with his emotions? How you know this ain't changing everything about how he feels?
I
It
agree.
ain't like she died in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
She was feeling some type of way to feel like she wasn't worthy to be here. It got to be deeper than what
His dad
it's
is his
obviously deeper than
hero.
what they think.
His dad is
Right.
his hero.
Right.
His dad is pretty much everything to the family. His dad is the whole he holds down, it's obvious he holds down the whole family. So when you
Mm-hmm.
got somebody that he wears the crown, so it's easy for somebody to tip your crown when you hold the crown for the whole family. So when anything goes wrong in the family, who is the finger gonna get pointed at? The person with the
But you
crown.
but you the head of the household.
You the
So
head
that
of,
comes
yeah.
with it.
You're right.
That comes with it. You leading the way, my boy.
So that means
You want to
that
be the man of the house, so you leading the way. So when things don't go right, so yeah, everybody is gonna look at you. That's your response. That comes with it.
so you got to take extra measures to make it known that you actually give a fuck, right?
Right.
Okay. So if you fall out with a sibling, a parent, or whatever, you're calling them and they don't answer the phone. The only thing you can do is send them a text. People have no choice but to read the text, whether they want to talk to you or not. They gonna read the text, and if they don't read the text, now we got social media. So now we gotta read. We gotta go all the way out to social media. I feel like for him to step and do that, that was showing concern. It might not
Right.
it might not be showing all the concern that everybody's looking for, but he's putting forth an effort. Like, okay, well, son, look, I'm
No,
trying.
that's corny.
How
If
well,
if
how
if
other
your if because if your son is reaching out, why you ain't pull up to where your son at?
how we know
You
he
still the
didn't do
father.
that? We
He didn't.
don't know.
You wanna say masterpiece so bad.
No, I don't want to save him
There
because
should
I was
never
on
even been
Romeo
no
part.
back and forth.
I was on Romeo's side. Earlier today, I was
Nah.
on Romeo's side until I
Oh,
seen
now
that.
you on masterpiece side.
I'm not on neither person's
Master P
side.
corny for responding to his child on social media.
So what? So what
He
she
should have
do?
been able to address his son off of social media anyway. Like I'm never about to go back and forth with my kid on social media. Okay, I peeped
You
you
got a
got an
point.
issue.
I understand that.
Like
I
I
understand.
peeped that. So let's deal with it off of social media. You had your moment, but I'm not about to go back and forth with my child on social media. I'm not about to stand there and make a long post
Your
talking
child.
about my child.
So my child is my child, but my child is a man.
It
That's
don't
all I'm
matter. That's
saying.
still your child.
That's still my child, but my purpose is to make a man and to make a woman. So once you become a man, it's like this. So my brothers may say, "Well, you the big brother, bro. You damn near 40 years old. That shit has nothing to do with anything no more because it's about life experiences. When we was kids, that meant something, but as an adult, you are a grown man. Anything that takes place, you suffer the same consequences that I do. The world doesn't look at you any different. You're still my son, or well, you're still my brother. That could be my son, but once you become an adult, I'm still gonna be there for you. Now, the
Right.
same way that you come at me, You doing it as a man. You decided to go to social media as a man. This is off
Because
subject a little
what
bit.
he said that he did not, he was deflecting the conversation, but it obviously bothered him with that post about the guy Twitch. How you making this whole post about a man that just committed suicide when you ain't even addressed your own issues about your child?
I'm just clearly trying to, I just don't understand this because he did the same post and the same thing about his daughter. He done did interviews.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
posted all the
So
same thing.
obviously it's deeper than what he putting out on social media. He said that though. Romeo said that on social media. You setting this up to be something that is totally not.
He said that you're not who you're basically painting yourself to be.
Exactly. So we don't obviously
we don't know. We don't know. Going on
behind closed doors.
We'll never know.
You could be anybody you want to be on social media. That's why I never take social media so serious.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Because you could be anybody you want to be on social media. They're behind closed doors. You ain't even got a pot to piss in.
I mean, that's a fact. That's true. That's true.
So I just feel like.
But P got a lot of pots, and Romeo got more pots than us, though. I mean.
Oh my God. I'm just saying you can't. In today's world, we just can't. Whether our kids is grown or not, you just can't shut your kid out.
I don't think he shut his kids out now.
I feel like he did. I feel like Romeo is definitely shut out. I feel like Romeo definitely tried to address the situation multiple times, and it didn't happen. It didn't get anywhere. So him. I feel like him posting on social media about his dad. He ain't never said nothing about his family, nothing about his dad ever. That's his cry for help. Your child is hurting.
You're right.
And for you to be Master P and not to see that, like this boy have basically worshipped the ground you walked on.
He see it though. He cannot.
So why would you go back and forth with your on social media with your kids?
Because it's obvious that your kid is not reachable.
No, man, I don't want to hear that.
He can't. If I go to social media, whether he didn't call 2 months ago when the daughter died or whenever she died, I can't see them not as a family not coming. I just don't believe that P did not console his family.
That's exactly what Romeo is talking about. On social media, he is this way. Behind closed doors, he is not
full
that
of shit.
way.
If behind closed doors, he only focused on Snoop loops.
Exactly.
I don't believe that shit, man. I just don't.
You could be whoever you want to be on social media.
I don't. You know why I don't believe it? Because I just heard Snoop say when we came to what did he say? When I left Death Row and when I met P, he said, man, he basically put him and his wife in the place they needed to be, car, all that. I look at people for their actions. Not with Romeo's money. He didn't need Romeo. He was already in place.
With Romeo's money.
Man, he was about it a long time ago, man.
But that's what he said. But see, you ain't read it. Romeo also said you take care of everybody else in the professional way so they can have something good to say about you. See, you ain't.
Man, I did read that. I heard him say that, but I just don't believe Romeo. I give Romeo the benefit of the doubt. However,
all I'm saying is your child is hurting.
Your child is hurting. Your grown son is hurting. I understand.
It don't matter if he was 40,
I understand that.
20.
He's hurting. He's hurting.
It's still your child, and your child is hurting. So how do you heal your son? How do you be there for your child?
You go see him.
Or look, you said, is it pride?
What's the solution?
Exactly.
That's the solution?
I'm saying. What's the solution? But like he said, just like his mom said, your pride is everything. Pride is one hell of a thing for me.
He said that's what your mom. Yeah, that's what your mom. My mom. You right. My mom said your pride is everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So say he did reach out to Romeo. We're gonna give this, hypothetically, he did reach out to Romeo. He tries. He's calling. Romeo like, fuck it. I just ain't feeling you. Period. I'm tired of it. I'm just gonna go to social media and just blast. So what is P's next step?
I don't think he reached out before Romeo put that post up.
No. What is his next step if that did take place?
Go find your child and have a real conversation with your child. How do you move forward? You just not gonna talk to your child?
No, you don't do that. You don't not talk to your child.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I personally don't think he reached out before Romeo made the post. Once Romeo made that post on social media, that should have clicked in his head. My child ain't never did this on social media. I'm not going back and forth with my child on social media. Let me find my child and fix the issue. Simple as that.
It's the same way as your child being young. Like your child could be grieving and going through things, and as parents, you could be doing all you can do, and your child still can, not accept it the way that you feel it should be accepted. And now you just a frustrated parent, and you going through all the loops, jumping over all the hoops and all that, and it still don't come out your way, right?
What way are you? Which way is Master B trying to get it to come out? Because it ain't even about him. It's about him taking. I feel like it's about him taking accountability for whatever it is that happened in their life behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's something that Romeo wants Master P to accept, admit, whatever. So is that worth not talking to your kid? Is that worth ruining a relationship with your child?
I agree with some of what you're saying. I just don't. I just feel like once he mentioned money, that threw me off. Like
I mean, I feel like as a kid though, if
it's
you could say Master P didn't need it or Master P put him on, but Romeo's still getting paid for it. I expect my money to be put up when I am a certain age. So maybe it is something deeper than what they're saying about the bread. Like I expect, yeah, of course, take care of yourself too, but make sure I'm set and
what
well off as well. Don't just be splurging with shit that I work for.
is it oranges or apples though? I'm just trying to
Come
figure
on,
out.
stop playing, man.
I'm just trying to figure out is it oranges or apples, man? Is it that you're not there for me because of what we lost, or is it the money,
That's what I'm saying.
or is
We're
it
never
just
going to know. That might have just been
yeah?
something that bothered him, and he just threw it in there. To me, I feel like it's something deeper as far as something that got to do with his sister
I feel
because
like it's
he
about the
ain't said
sister.
nothing but money. Yeah, for sure. I feel
It's,
like it's. I feel like the money was just
he just
something
want to
else
tear him
that was
down.
talked about. Yeah,
He just want to tear
he
his
mad
dad
right
down.
now.
He mad. He want to tear his dad down. You ain't there. My sister, I lost my sister. I'm grieving, and you out here still trying to make money, and you moving the way that you moving, and I can't. I don't have the gall enough to move like you move because I'm still mourning, and you're
Hmm.
able to get up and move. So you know what? I'm about to slow that shit down, son. Fuck that.
I don't even think his intentions was to slow it down. I think his attention, he was trying to get his dad's attention.
Oh, he
I
definitely
don't
got
think
his
he wanted
attention.
to ruin anything per se. I just think, like I said, Romeo grieving, he hurting right now. So that was his way of grabbing his dad's attention. Because obviously, you know what I mean? I tried to talk to you, I tried to text you, I tried to get your attention. But like he said, you're addicted to social media.
Mhm.
So that's why he brought it to social media. And look what happened. He got a response.
Oh, he gonna get. It's gonna be another
Although I think
response.
that's lame,
No, because
but
Romeo about to do the same thing.
but you're the dad. You're the
No,
dad. Yes, stop it,
man.
man.
Listen,
Stop
man.
it.
He's the
You're the dad.
dad. He's a dad too. Don't Romeo got kids?
He got one. He just had a kid, and that's probably taking a toll on him too. Like he got a
Yeah.
kid. He probably feeling different emotions, going
Mm-hmm.
through it. Like you just never know. But you being my dad, my nigga, where are you at? What are you doing?
I'm right here, son.
Nah, that ain't even what it is.
I'm right here, son. I'm right here, son. I'm letting the world know right now. This is how I gotta
Right. That's
address
how
it.
he should. That's how. Right. He should address Romeo in a different manner, of a more softer way. I feel like.
A softer way.
Yeah, like you gotta be when we grieving and we
Mm-hmm.
like that's a different type of hurt. That's a different type of pain. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't even know the details of what the sister was going through. Who is she? You know what I mean? We
That's
don't
the
even
real
have a
concern.
clue.
That's the real situation. The real situation is more of if Romeo actually feels like his dad gave it 100% with trying to help the daughter.
Right.
That's where the
I
real
think.
problem is at. So if Romeo feels that way, maybe he didn't perform um, to his full potential the way Romeo feel like he could have.
Right.
I mean, that's the only way I
Which
could
makes sense.
see. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And P can't go
Definitely.
back on that. It ain't nothing. It's. I mean, he said he apologized. I mean, there ain't nothing you can do but
No, you
apologize.
can't. Don't do
He
that.
can't rewind.
But address me off. Address it the right way though. Like I don't care if my daughter 30,
Mm-hmm.
20, 15. I'm not about to argue with my child on social media.
I don't
Like
think
I'm
that was
not
an
about to make it.
argument. That's not. That
I'm
wasn't an
not about to
argument.
go back and. I'm not about to go back and forth. I'm not about to make a post about my kids. Oh, let me read what he wrote again. All right, so let me say this. I'm not about to do that. Like I'm not even about to. Like none of that's about to pop off.
So you
To
think he
where
did that? Did you think he did that because for his own publicity, or did he do that to really reach out to Romeo?
that's not. What are you reaching out? You don't got to reach out to him on social media.
We don't
You just proved
know.
the point. You just proved the point though. This is
So
the only way I'm gonna get you to respond and really take accountability. So you got to go on social media. You're addicted to social media. You don't do this, but you're doing it.
you
Come
know,
on, man.
I mean, I feel like I hear people saying he addicted to social media. I see that. I don't look at it like an addiction if he's utilizing it for marketing as far as
How
his
you know he just
business.
ain't on social media scrolling all day, every day? It could
We
be different.
we
It could
don't
be
know.
different ways of him being addicted to social media. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
where my phone at? I gotta check Instagram. Oh, where my phone at? I gotta do this. He could be addicted to it just because he don't post 5 million times a day. He could still be addicted to social media.
I wouldn't look at it like I wouldn't say he's addicted. I feel like social media is a part of everybody's life
Yeah,
somewhere.
for sure.
If you got a
But that don't
business,
right. But you
yeah.
still have limits to when to be on social media and when not to be on social media.
Man, when the hell Romeo post?
He don't. He hardly ever posts. He posts, but he don't post a lot. I went back and looked at his page.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
it's cool. I understand. I can empathize with both sides. I just don't know all the particulars of it, so I really don't want to take a side in it. I don't like taking
Right,
sides because I don't know.
right.
However, I did appreciate the fact that the dopest dreader had to respond to my comment. It really like when I seen it, I said, "Oh shit, yeah, let's go, let's get it. We good, right?" It's
I'm weak.
time. It's time. Yeah, yeah. That's how we gotta do it though. That's good business.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see your comment and straight smack my teeth. Like this dude.
Yeah,
Cut
yeah.
it out.
That's what we doing though.
Yeah,
And
for
before
sure.
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit you tomorrow and we'll talk about it off the air and shit. So we gotta get
Okay,
prepared for this 2023. And I see, you know what I mean? We get this blueprint together
that's cool.
and get you all the way set up, man. Cause you sound like you're on a mic over there. But
Nah, I ain't on a mic.
damn, you got what you got? You got an Android?
Don't do that. That's
That's how
disrespectful.
you do it. You see how y'all did that? Man, all
That's
you
disrespectful.
Android users, you see that? We working. iPhone,
Yeah.
grab your Apple. Is it apples or oranges?
Oh, here you go. I am him, not them.
I am him, not them. Oh, before we get out of here, I seen the podcast dropping soon. Man, you can
Yeah,
tell them people, man, we're gonna build this up. I got something. Yeah. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Definitely.
Okay, you go
Make sure you
ahead.
call me.
I got you. I'm gonna hit you tomorrow. You get you some rest.
Okay. All right.
All right, bet. Well, there we go, man. Y'all heard the dopest dreader, man. Hey, man, hey, that was good energy, man. You know, everybody see their side. Everybody got their side. Everybody feel how they feel. You did. Um, I'm still going with the fact that I don't know the particulars of the situation, so I'm not willing to take any sides in it. However, I do understand as a father, you are a human. You can only do so much. I don't know how far P did, how far he done went. You know, as a father, I'm still growing. I still, you know, I know I got a 22-year-old daughter, you know, and sometimes we may fall out and she feels some type of way. So I try to give her space to do, you know what I mean, to maneuver without, you know, being overbearing. They're adults. They're your kids, but they're adults. And people gonna find all kind of faults. As a father, I can find faults. As my child, she's gonna find faults in her father. Like a lot of times people are making comparisons. So, we all grown, we all gonna make mistakes. It's life, man. That's the thing about life. There is no rewind. It's all about you moving forward. I mean, you only gonna learn from your mistakes and your failures. That's what it is. But that's what comes with being human. So, man, that was great podcast segment. Great podcast segment, man. Y'all tune in, man. We about to 2023. That's the year of the joy, man. We going in. Man, y'all have a great night. It's Mr. Pringles the Barber, aka Always Cutting Head Honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them.